Today we are playing Abzan Toxic in top 1% ranked Mythic standard. Kind of a funky little deck. I just played a single practice round with it and it went fine. We played some Hive early, spat out some tokens. I then used Charge of the Mites to flash in 2 more tokens on my opponent's turn. I then slammed Gix. I attacked with like 4 of these guys, drew 4 cards, lost 4 life, but actually gained the life back off of the Skrelv's Hive secondary effect. And then that allowed me to hit my land, hold open a Heritage Reclamation. My opponent went for the Omniscience. I had the Exile effect ready to go. So it all kind of worked out. I don't know if it's every game's going to be that good, but it's maybe not as bad as I think it is. Other random cards in here. We got the ROTPRIEST, which is a classic. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. We're not really going to target it so much ourselves. In theory, we could target it with our own Anoint with Affliction or target it like with our own Charge of the Mites. Probably not going to do that a whole lot, but we do have 2 copies of this weird card called Getaway Glamour. White plus for an instant spree. You can pay an additional 1 mana to exile target non-token creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So for 2 mana, we could blink our own ROTPRIEST, get the poison counter trigger, and then also, blink it and save it for a removal spell for the turn. You can also pay an additional 2 to destroy target creature if no other creature has greater power. For the most part, everything only has 1 power in our deck except for Gix. It's kind of like a 3 mana kill anything, and then for 4 mana we could do it all. We could blink one of our creatures or blink one of their creatures if we want it off the battlefield, and then also destroy a large creature. So kind of weird, but could be good in this deck. The Bilious Skulldweller is a classic annoying 1-drop. You never want to waste a removal spell on it, but it does tick away for Death Touch Toxic every turn. Combined with Finn, I think it's going to swing for 3 Toxic essentially whenever a creature you control with Death Touch, including the Skulldweller, deals combat damage to a player. That player gets 2 poison counters, so now it's 3 poison counters off your 1-drop, which is pretty good. Crawling Chorus, random 1 mana 1/1 with Toxic 1, spits out another token when it dies. Phyrexian Censor is kind of cool. Each player can't cast more than 1 non-Phyrexian spell each turn, so shuts down double spelling, and non-Phyrexian creatures enter tapped, so kind of like Authority of the Consoles. Opponent's hasty creatures come in tapped, and also they can't cast more than 1 non-Phyrexian, and we have all of our creatures here are actually Phyrexians, with the exception of the Fang Bearer. Plus a NECROGEN ROTPRIEST on top. I don't think I've ever played this card before. A 4 mana 1/5 Toxic 2. Whenever a creature you control with Toxic deals combat to each player, that player gets an additional poison counter. Plus you can pay 3, target creature you control with Toxic gains Death Touch. I guess this could combine with Finn. I don't know if we're going to have enough mana to do that, but it is kind of a curved topper type thing. And some lands. Sideboard's fine. Some cut downs, some intimidation tactics for artifacts and creatures. A single Get Lost, an extra Censor, 3 Rest in Peace for the Graveyard Hate, in addition to the Heritage Reclamation, a single Edict, a single Terra Sunder, 2 more Annex Sentries for creature removal, and another Phyrexian Censor. Let's do it. Let's run it down in top 1% ranked Mythic Standard. See how this goes. Practice game was okay. It went okay. We'll see how it does in ranked standard. Villanova says, "Hey Doc, will you be making any sort of content on the upcoming Final Fantasy set?" You betcha. Would love your insight on all the previews or a crafting guide for each color. Thanks for your awesome gameplay. For sure, I'm doing the early access event Wednesday. We're on the draw. Okay, color-wise, we can cast all of our Phyrexians. We cannot cast Finn. Cannot cast Heritage Reclamation. We're on the draw. Jeez, it's definitely not great. The lack of green is rough. I feel like Mulligan is really bad with this deck. Like, there's not really any draw power except for Gix. You bin the sweeper. Okay. I mean, it's not like we can really protect the ROTPRIEST much anyway. Like, if this were a combo deck, put a lot of pump spells on the ROTPRIEST, we'd save it so we had protection, but I don't think that's this kind of deck. Beanstalk time. Okay, if we hit a green, we can Heritage Reclamation it. We do not, but this is maybe okay. I mean, I think it's just this. They go... I'm probably not going to go turn 3 lockdown, right? Another Beanstalk, maybe a missing land. They are missing land. That's huge. Getaway Glamour could save the ROTPRIEST. Probably just slamming the Skull Dweller here. Yeah, I don't think we're doing that. Okay, well, opponent is stuck on 2 lands. We maybe can get there. But we've had a pretty unimpressive start. 3rd land. Lockdown. They do lose both Beanstalks, but we lose everything. We hit the green source. We can Heritage Reclamation on their turn, their end step. They get back the Beanstalks, which is annoying, but probably worth it, I guess. Painful, very painful. What else we got? So I guess we're hoping they play some big creatures and we just happen to have a lot of removal. Destroy target enchantment. They get double Beanstalk draws. Not ideal, but I think it's better than just running out a random 2-mana 1/3 and hoping it magically gets there versus God knows what else. Looking to discard. So anyway, yeah, we're definitely doing the early access event on Wednesday. So expect a later video. I think it generally starts at like 1 or 2 p.m. So maybe like 3 p.m.-ish Eastern. Maybe when my first video would come out. I think I'm going to do shorter videos. Last time I did an hour each, and I was kind of burnt out by the end of it. I think I'm going to shoot for 45 minutes each and just trim a little bit off of each video. Because I really got to get them all done within a day, but really it's like, I don't know, 9-ish hours that I have to do it. So I'm trying to try to do a bit tighter video. Well, technically if we slam Finn here, we would get extra Skull Dweller. It feels like I'd probably go for like a Get Lost or a Sweeper next turn. So I think we do nothing and hold the Glamour to blink the ROTPRIEST, maybe? Let's see what they do. I'm going for something. Double draws, must be nice. I guess technically they could hit a, they could hit something here. Let's do this now. They could hit a Smite. So we actually should cast this before they draw on the card. Okay, 5 poison. We can use a Seed Core to sneak in a little bit extra damage. We'll see if they sweep again here. That'd be pretty rough. I don't know if we can necessarily beat that. Another Lockdown or a Day of Judgment. Does not feel like we can come back from that. Or a Sunfall. Yeah, Lockdown's rough. Technically, we could pull off the same trick again. We could maybe hit another Heritage Reclamation. Only have 1 green here, sadly. Non-token creature. Unfortunately, can't bounce the Lockdown for like a whole turn step or something like that. Opponent with 8 cards in hand off the double Beanstalk opening. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do a review this time or not. I'm a little bit tight on time this time around. Okay, we cannot actually blink non-token creatures. Looks like we will Anoint with Affliction. It's not really going to have a better target. At least we bin one of these. Okay. That's fine. Finn is legendary. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do a crafting yet or not. I have to read through the cards, so maybe I'll literally do a fresh one take, no effort, live. You know, if I was reading them for myself, I'll just read them out loud. Will not be as in-depth as prior whatever. And then usually what I do is when I read through a whole set, as I go, I have a separate little Google Doc, and I write down ideas of decks that I think would be fun to play with the early access event. So we could show that off. Technically, if we blink a creature here, they don't get the tokens. We probably just have to kill it though, right? I think we probably just have to kill this sucker. Okay. We can't do it all, yeah. I think we have to kill that. And we can use the Seed Core to make the Skull Dweller survive combat. Okay. We'll keep going. Maybe they whiff. Who's to say? Target 1/1 gets +2/+1. It does survive here. As much as we can do. We'll have to land. We got nothing else. Opponent's still at half life. 2 mana do nothing, though. They were thinking about something. There's the big Zur turn. Do the thing. Power up the Mistmores. Attack. 6 lifelink. Make 2 blockers. Womp womp. Yes, yes, yes. I think we're about ready to go to game 2. Ow. Yeah, I mean, we could survive here. I don't know that I really want to, though. Okay, let's just move on to the next game here. See if we can sideboard anything useful in. Who's good? Get Lost obviously can kill lots of enchantments. Innovate 3 less, not so good. More than one spell each turn is interesting. It also survives lockdown. Artifactor Creature. Actually, you're supposed to do this, right? This is also maybe okay. Alright, some of these cards are okay. Glamour is like super weird, although it does destroy a lot of creatures. But of all the cards that could come out, I think this is like one of them that could come out. Heritage Reclamation does kill enchantments, which is interesting. I know Infliction's useless, that one can for sure come out. We have 2 more cards to cut. How many lands are we running? 22 land. I don't hate having more expensive stuff that survives lockdown. You kind of have to have all the enchantment hate. Just to freaking kill the beanstalks. They could play a Planeswalker, though I don't think they will. And we do need a density of creatures still to, like, get them dead. Maybe one more Finn can go. Does not leave us with many 2-drop creatures, though. I don't know how good the sensor actually is, right? Yeah, I mean, it's good late game, but generally they have pretty expensive stuff to play. Maybe the sensor is actually not that good. Glamour does kill some big stuff. I just want to have enough creatures. We definitely want to be able to kill the lockdown and the beanstalks. Let's try this. I don't know if we need the Glamour or not. It does kill big stuff. Non-freezing creatures enter tapped. Beyond the play. It's kind of an interesting card on the play. Let's try it like this. See how it goes. On the play, 2-lander. Looks good. Intimidation tactics. We could save a little while. Plus we have enchantment hate. It's about as good as we're going to get. I think we can save this till like turn, what, 4, I guess? Get down the Skull Dweller first, use our black mana. And then next turn go like Chorus, Intimidation Tactics. Try to take either Azure or like a, you know, Miss More or something like that. We'll also find out about the lockdown. In theory, we could not play the Chorus into a lockdown. But I guess we do it anyway and just kill it with Reclamation. Here we go. Black to start. Skull Dweller on 1. Opponent with a mulligan to 6. Alright. Man, that is a nice curve right there. Yeah, we could wait. That's a lot of toxic, right? Maybe we just go for it. Okay, 3 poison counters out of nowhere. On the play. That's as aggressive as it gets. Touch the fin, yeah. It does do something with its Skull Dweller. It is a random card, but a random uncommon. It does do something. ROTPRIEST, okay. Okay, I think it's... We could get the tactics down. I don't think we do that, actually. I think we just go as hard as we can. Play ROTPRIEST Chorus after. Get him. And if they lock down, we just hold open Reclamation. Should play the ROTPRIEST first. Okay, my bad. Got 1 extra poison there. Okay, that was not bad. Should have played ROTPRIEST first into the Ride's End or Elspeth's Might. Does not feel like a land lockdown. Land Beanstalk. I don't even know if we killed the Beanstalk at this point. All the way up to 7. I'd be at 8 if I had not made that misplay. Man, if all we do is hold Heritage Reclamation, creature or artifact. If they play 2 blockers, I guess it's pretty bad. With like a Mistmorse. Yeah, maybe we just try to take it out. They didn't have lockdown, otherwise I would have played it. Creature or artifact. Beza, nice. Okay. That gets the binding super cheap. It's now -4. I mean, it feels like lethal, right? They target 1. We get the ROTPRIEST trigger. They need 2 removal spells here. They need to remove the ROTPRIEST first. There comes the binding, draw a card. They also need a smite, though. Take the ROTPRIEST. If we do this right now, it didn't even get it, right? Straight target enchantment. Oh, we don't get the trigger either. Interesting. Did we did not get the ROTPRIEST trigger, right? Well, we go to game 3. Obviously, the instant speed enchant removal is really good. Like Get Lost and Terra Sunder Reclamation. Is the glamour necessary? Is kind of the next question. Intimidation tactics was very good there. Hive is okay, but it just dies to lockdown. All the tokens die to lockdown, in fact, which makes Hive worse in general. You can't even get back the tokens when you, Yeah, it's a little bit rough, I would say. Is the Glamour any better, though? Still not sure about this sensor. They don't cast too many cards per turn until way late game we've already lost. Okay. One last one for all the marbles. We'll try to play ROTPRIEST before combat this time. Cool. I mean, it's a curve for sure. Good mana. We'll see how good their opening hand is. Maybe they stumble on lands. Maybe they don't have infinite beanstalks in the opening hand. Kaleidoscope says, "Hey Ruckus, I'm a board-certified physician in internal medicine. Glad you're feeling better. I hope you have access to a doc if you're experiencing recurrent episodes of brain fog. Analyze the pollen. Okay. Impaired memory, concentration, executive function, etc. I'm going to go black on one here. It's a fairly lengthy list of possible causes, and very few of them are dietary in nature. Having said that, I hope you've been able to kick the symptoms via elimination. Welcome back." Yeah, so far it's been okay. I do appreciate it, though. Wait, fast land. Okay. Give the hive a go. And I guess we're Charge of the Mightsing into a NECROGEN ROTPRIEST, and actually kind of hit him for a lot. If it pans out at all. Opponent 1-for-1 removal here. Bins the Zur. Oh man. If they go turn 4 Beza, draw a card, we're pretty sad. We have to burn our entire turn on that. It's so much better with Charge of the Mites, right? If they just don't have it. Charge of the Mites into ROTPRIEST is much better. But land Mistmoors, land Beza all sucks. Tap land is okay, actually. Of all the outcomes, this is a pretty good outcome for us. We get one more turn, and the question is, do we ROTPRIEST or Intimidation Tactics? We could Intimidation Tactics and Mites again, which I think is the play, because we were given a grace here. Okay, let's take that 4-drop. See what else is in there. Ho ho! It's all the lockdowns. Well, I guess if that's what it is, we burn our map tokens while we can. Cool. We'll take whatever value we can get. We could flash on the Mites and then play the ROTPRIEST and do that thing. But at least we dug some lands off the top. Blows a binding on a token, even with lockdown present. That's interesting. They have 0 answers to the NECROGEN, which is interesting. Yeah. Ooh, that's actually kind of a good draw here. I think that's what's coming down. Opponent appears to have nothing. They're whiffing this game 3. We might walk away with the match. Come on, baby, let's go. Another Gix, okay. Manual tap on green, leaving open white and black and blue. Beanstalk could still play like a Zur here. Game is not over for sure. Fourth land. It's a white source. I don't think they blow a lockdown here. Overlord for 3. Okay. They're tapped out, though. Question is Mites or NECROGEN? All we do is we get an additional poison counter. Feels like the Charge of the Mites flashing is better, even though it's not as mana efficient. If we do the NECROGEN, we could actually play both next turn, though. If we do this now, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'd have 7 mana for the turn after. Is there anything else we'd really want to play here? Like if we top deck off the Gix? I guess we should be able to hold it open. Let's hold open green too. Like let's leave open green here. We can. Green and black. I think ideally green and white is better. Oh shit, timer's pissing us off. Okay. Okay, that dies to lockdown. I mean, if they blow the lockdown here, it's actually kind of fine, right? Because they can't invest in other things. We really just don't want to draw a Day of Judgment. That would be the biggest bummer. Looks like they have like a Get Lost or something here to target the ROTPRIEST. Are they just reading it? Not sure. Charge of the Mites is our way out of this, though. The instant speed around the lockdown into the NECROGEN is big. Ooh, they have the Zur turn, which gives them 2 giant lifelink blockers. Let's see if they attack now. They really don't care about damage. Yeah, they have enough whites. They can power up 2 things here. Attack with everything. They get a shit ton of life. One of them gets through for 3 toxic. Brings it up to 7 toxic. We draw a card. Probably not worth it. It doesn't get much better, though. Death Touch is a little more interesting. Yeah, the toxic attacks with Death Touch is actually not that bad. So I think that's what's happening here instead. So we can pay 3 multiple times, give them both Death Touch till end of turn. They can power up the Binding and the Hauntwoods and block, but then I lose both things. So here comes the Binding. We could also use Charge of the Mites here. Pick off the Zur. Obviously, yeah, that's probably also happening, actually. Still 2 mana open. I don't know if we blow Charge of the Mites on Zur. Now they're tapped out. Now we actually do. I think we get Zur dead now. And I have to top deck something to get out of this. 4 damage to Zur. Gix goes down. Still have Death Touch here. Opponent goes up to 5 poison. They can lock down, so we'll put a map token here. And they kind of got to top deck something good. If we follow up with Gix and another ROTPRIEST, they need a Day of Judgment. Touching the Everywhere land. That's not good. They have to lock down here. If they don't lock down, it's super weird. Let's hope they don't like a Traxa or something. We're at 6 poison. We could just win. We're very close to winning here. Beza. That is a really good top deck. Does literally everything for them. But they don't have double white to lock down as well, is the point. It's unfortunate. There's not really a way through. We could sacrifice the ROTPRIEST. ROTPRIEST is going to be fine. I guess it's Gix here and threaten the... Threaten the ROTPRIEST activation still for 3. Probably could have used the map token, I think. Did I fuck this up? Hold on. My bad. Black, green, green. Not bad. Guess we'll use the next next map token here. It's kind of an interesting follow-up. They lock down and flip. I mean, we really need an answer to the Overlord. So I don't think that's it. I feel like we've made some mistakes here. The Beza top decks are nasty, though. I mean, that sucks. 2 bases in a row? That's really nasty. And now they flip the Hauntwoods, which is an issue. And they still hold double lockdowns. We need an evasive flying toxic creature is what we need. But if they don't lock down, we do have enough mana to charge the Mites and kill the Beza. Unless we think we can just go wide and get around them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. That is interesting. Can also wow, we could also do the Gix thing right now, which is crazy, right? Discard 6 cards, get 7 cards off the top of their library, get them all for free. It's really interesting, right? Or we could try to figure out a way to target. I think we want to do this, discard everything except for the ROTPRIEST. Maybe the Charge of the Mites. We could discard 4. And keep the targeted stuff. Not actually what I wanted to hit at all. That was a big whiff. I was hoping to hit like a... Doesn't help, right? We need a way to target the ROTPRIEST twice. Okay. We don't want to play it out into the lockdown. Man, the double Beza. Perfect draw against us. The interesting thing is we can run back the Gix effect again. But that was a huge whiff. Let's see if they run out lockdown yet. Okay. I mean, I think no blocks. They have to lock down here. Because the threat of the flyers with Gix I think is too much. I think we'll just eat 6 though. They might Day of Judgment or something. Down to 10. That's not that bad. We can still flash in Charge of the Mites now. I guess we play the ROTPRIEST at this point. Flash in 2 Charge of the Mites. Hope Terra Sunder can get there. We could actually get there from here. Hold on. It's close. They're at 8. We just need 2 damage to sneak through. Yes. That's okay with me. We let that go. We can Terra Sunder it. Get back the ROTPRIEST. Give him a draw too. Another Beanstalk. Okay. Jesus Christ. Fuck, dude. 2 blockers. Come on. I mean, I think we go for it still. Charge of the Mites here. Terra Sunder the lockdown. Get back the ROTPRIEST. Attack with everything. Drop into 1 poison and just hope to top deck something else. Could also Charge of the Mites and take out one of their blockers. I mean, this is kind of it. They have the next lockdown in hand, so we kind of top deck something good here or we lose, I think. Spell or ability? No, because target of a spell. It's not like we can Seed Core out of this either. Okay. Not a land, please. Thanks, deck. Fuck this game. Fuck, dude. Come on. Alright, we attack all, they lock down. If we don't attack all, they still lock down. Nothing to be done. That sucks. Doesn't matter. 9 poison. Alright, I mean, I think that's about game. What would really get us out of this? A Skrull's Hive randomly could create enough pressure that they couldn't deal with. They don't use the lockdown because they have an answer in hand. I mean, you have to answer this. Sure. 3 damage. We cannot save with the Seed Cord. Yeah, our best draws would be like... Skrull's Hive could be kind of okay, although the Mistmore is going to wreck that eventually. Another ROTPRIEST is kind of okay if they burn the lockdown here. A Crawling Chorus is kind of okay. I mean, Charge of the Mites is kind of our best card. Alright, they do finally blow the lockdown. I guess one more removal for their lockdown on their turn could get us there before the Mistmores flip. No, because their Mistmores flip in next turn. Oh, there it is, but a turn late, dude. God. Jesus. Kill the lockdown. Get back the Skull Dweller. Top deck one more removal spell for the Mistmores. Oh, this blows so much. Give him 2 more draws. And then what are we top decking here? How do we kill the Mistmores? There are no removal spells left, actually. There could be a Glamour. We could top deck the one of Glamour, bounce the Mistmores. I mean, at least they have to trade. The problem is they just draw off the Beanstalks. We could top deck a ROTPRIEST and target it with Get Lost. There are actually 3 chances to do that. 3 out of 30? Or 1 out of 30. Right? Maybe that's the new play. Okay, we just top deck ROTPRIEST and target it, and that's it. That's game. Nope. I think that is the best move. Either that or you top deck Glimmer. I think we're letting it go. I think we're top decking ROTPRIEST again. I don't really see another way out of it. Take 6, 1 turn left. Card on top has got to be the ROTPRIEST. Not a land. Not that card either. Technically, you block the Mistmores, and we'd have to burn the Get Lost on the 2-1, but it's all a clusterfuck at this point. Yeah, have to block, let the attack go through. Now I think we're really dead because we can't top deck 2 cards at once. Christ. Forced to do this, and then we top deck the ROTPRIEST too late. Let's see if we can do it. This is depressing. Please let me go. Thanks, dude. You don't need to use the map token. You don't need to do it. You can just stop. You can just end your turn. You can do it. I promise you it'll be okay. I promise you I don't run the... What is that, sweeper? It's like 2 plus X. Yeah, Jesus. Damn. The double Beza is what got them in the game. That was a clutch top deck on their part. Otherwise, we actually had them in game 3 there. Not today. Definitely not mad. Definitely not fuming. All right. I guess we'll call it there. It's kind of a short video, but that was a long match. Man, it probably was a missed poison counter in there somewhere in game 3. Obviously, what, game 1 we missed one of those games we missed playing the ROTPRIEST before combat, and then we missed the Ride's End extra poison counter. Where's this deck? There it is. If we go back, I'm sure we probably missed a poison counter somewhere in there. But you know what? You know what? All madness aside, we put up a pretty good fight for a very non-meta deck, I would say. This is an obnoxious deck that actually can get wins, and we almost got there versus one of the best decks in best of 3. So you can't be that mad about it, as much as I am that mad about it. Yeah, we never got to see the Glamour pop off. It's kind of a weird include, but it can kill big creatures. Our sideboard was great. Intimidation Tactics was awesome versus the instant speed, Get Lost, and Terra Sunders. And Heritage Reclamation's really good against Lockdown. That combined with the flash in of the Mites, I think allows you to really push out some damage you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. Not sure about the Censor. Don't know if we need the Censor there at all in that game. Like I was saying, early game it does nothing because they have pretty good curves. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop Overlords that, you know, can come in either way. And then late game, then they start double spelling. But if they get to late game, I think you've lost anyway. So I don't know if you need any Censors at all, except as like a random 3/3. Also causes creatures to come in tapped. Like if we had one of those down, the Beza would have come in taps that big turn. So I don't know if you need that in that matchup or not. And then cut down, obviously not the right matchup for that one, but whew, definitely not mad, definitely not fuming. yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.